Hey everyone, how's it going? Back in Brisbane after a short flight, but any flight, doesn't matter how long it is. I think it's really tedious. So I'm lucky though, because what I do is I stay up for long periods of time, and so when I'm on the plane, I can usually sleep for the couple of hours it took to get back home. So I only felt like I was on the plane for about 5 minutes, which was handy. So yeah, it didn't seem like taking long to get home. It was really a big shock though, because it was about 5-6 degrees when I left Tasmania this morning, and when I got here it was around about 32 degrees. So that's just telling you, huge difference, because I left with my leather jacket on when I got on the plane, and then I landed with the leather jacket on, and man, it was hot. So it's a huge difference. They had snow on the mountains in Tasmania today from all the cold. That's how cold it was. The Arctic chill was shocking. But I like the cold. I must have been, but the whole time I was down there for 4 days in preparation for Tom's wedding, and I left the day after Tom's wedding, and it rained probably the whole time I was down there. Like most of the time, it was either cloudy or rainy, not much blue sky at all. And but I don't mind that sort of thing. I love rain, and I love the cold. So which will work for me when I move to Wales. So I did all the calculations of what I need to move to Wales and everything like that, and so I'm working very hard towards that myself. So looking forward to that. But with the wedding, for Tom's wedding yesterday, we were really worried because he wanted an outside wedding. Some of you would have seen some of the photos that they've posted, and Elaine posted a couple as well, I think, and we were worried because we didn't want to really have it inside. They wanted it outside with the trees, and it's a beautiful setting if you've seen the pictures. And for that one time, just as we had to decide whether it was inside or outside, we had this, all the clouds broke, we had blue sky, we had sunshine, for about the time it took to do the whole ceremony. And as soon as the ceremony was done and we sort of moved inside, all the clouds came back and it got dark and it started raining again. So it was the exact perfect time for him to have that ceremony. So I'm not in my suit today, obviously, but I wore my suit last night. If you look at my live from last night, I kept the suit on so everyone could see. But yeah, no, so that was a good time, and I know Tom's very happy there. He's on his honeymoon right now with Chanel, so I dare say I'll hear from him in the next day or so, and he'll probably try and slip a bit of work in, knowing Tom. So then again, she may be keeping him busy, I don't know. But yeah, so it'd be interesting to find out if I do hear from him in the next couple of days or so. But if not, doesn't matter, as long as he's happy, and that's what's important. Family is always important, and your health and all that sort of thing. I've had a few people come to me and say, "Oh, sorry, I haven't been helping out. I've been really, really sick." And I thought, well, I'd rather you were well, you know. So get yourself better first. It's no good trying to do stuff when you're sick and everything like that. You have to look after yourself. It's very, very important. Bitcoin Ascension is always going to be here. I'm going to be looking at this week. Seeing how to register Bitcoin Ascension as a foundation, not a charity so much, because we're not strictly speaking a charity, but a foundation is one that can help other charities and things around it. It's not locked into one thing like many charities are, so that's what I want to do. So do that, and I might actually create, if I can do that, then I can actually create a website for Bitcoin Ascension as a foundation, with the links to obviously the matrix and anything else I bring in as well. I think that'd be a great way of doing it. That way we can really get out what we want to do, and things like that. So, you know, get the membership up and everything, because that's the important part. Get the membership up. I know we're moving the matrix through, and things like that. But as I said on several of my lives, sort of thing, when I talk to people about what we're trying to do. And if people are interested in that, and many people are, and they join that, and then we say, hey, we've got a way for you to earn an income down the track, you know, not overnight, but while we're working towards building the membership of Bitcoin Ascension to do the things we want to do in terms of healing the world and helping all the causes and charities and things like that, you know, you can be a part of that too. So if you're portraying it that way, people have a clear understanding of what we're trying to do here, instead of, as I said, all these people just looking to make a quick buck. The bucks can be made quick here if we get the membership up fast. You get the membership up fast, of course, it moves through very, very quickly. Okay, so but I don't lie to people. I don't say get all in now. You're just going to make $1 million with us, you know, in a few weeks or a few months or something like that. We have to be true to who we are. If we hope to heal the world, we have to start the healing here, with healing ourselves and being honest with people and things like that. So, you know, I don't worry about other programs that are on the internet right now. That doesn't faze me. There's plenty of them out there. There's thousands of them, other programs out there, and some are going the same sort of way we are, and that's a good thing for them. If they're trying to do the same thing, that's fine. And so don't anyone worry about those ones, because it's not something to worry about. We're not competing against anyone. We're building Bitcoin Ascension for healing the world and healing ourselves at the same time. So it doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. It's got nothing to do with us. So we stick to what we're doing, and so don't worry about what other people are doing. You know, it's no point. You know, don't take your focus away from what you want to achieve. So that's just a bit of advice. No matter what program you're in, right? If you are in a different, like we know of some programs that closed down over the years and things like that, some big ones as well. You know, BitConnect was one, and that's closed, that's gone. But a lot of people were in that, and they focused on that, and some of them did quite well out of that before it was closed down. But if you really focus and stick with something that you know that it's going to work for all the right reasons, then you're going to succeed, and that's all you're going to do is focus. So and here Bitcoin Ascension, we'd like to, and this is for the new members, we've had quite a few members joining in the last few days, and welcome to all of you. I think Simon was one of them that Clive introduced, I believe. Welcome, Simon. And I hope if you have any questions and things like that, feel free to message me if you wish, or put a post up in Bitcoin Ascension asking those questions. We're all here just to help, and we're not all you know, hippie like, you know, hey, man, let's just save the world. We're actually focused on what we're doing, and so don't get weirded out by us wanting to heal the world and things like that. We're just normal people banding together to create something that hopefully we can enhance what others have tried and others are successfully doing. We're just doing it as well, you know, in terms of healing the world. Plenty of people out there, millions, billions of people out there wanting to heal the world, but a lot of them are trying to do it individually. What I want to do with Bitcoin Ascension is get everyone collectively who want to do that together, and then we have the power to actually make real change that will help a lot of places. It's like, take one of our members, for example. This is especially for the new members who don't know this man, Arthur Schenk. He's bought quite a few positions in the Matrix, and he's a good bloke, and he's helped out with. We had a competition a while ago to help out a cat rescue place called New Start Cat Rescue, and we did a competition. We raised £1,500, I believe, for them really quickly, which was great for them. And I know they're doing a drive right now, and I put a post on my timeline about it. It's nothing to do with Bitcoin Ascension, it's just me personally. I saw it on Terry Phillips' wall, and so I shared it. And some of you from Bitcoin Ascension have come onto that, and they've donated like £2, £3, which is all they're asking for, and that was fantastic. But Arthur went the other way. He contacted me and says, I want to give one of my positions, one of the positions he's already bought, to the New Start Cat Rescue, which is a thing we're looking at doing. We're selling the merchandise, and I'll go into that soon. So he's going to convert one of his over to them, and I was talking to one of the operators of the cat sanctuary today, Sam Kitty, and I told her what's about it. I had to tell her a bit about it because she wasn't sure what I was talking about. she knows Bitcoin Ascension, but she doesn't know exactly what we're doing. So I told her what we're doing, and she said, "Oh, okay. So is that a good thing?" So I told her with the matrix sort of thing. Once it's fully cycled out, there's 6 stages, but when it's fully cycled out, basically the payouts around about, I don't know, about $500,000. You know, probably will be by the time it's cycled out, easily be $500,000. The way the Bitcoin goes up and down and everything like that. So, and she sort of, all these question marks came, it went like, huh? it was so cute. She's not really understanding it. She will in time, and I know Terry Phillips will talk to her as well, because they're pretty good mates, and Terry Phillips works with the Ask New Start Cat Rescue as well. She takes in cats. For those who didn't know, most of you do know though, I talk about Terry all the time and what she does with the cats. I adopted one of the cats they rescued. His name's Charlie, and I've done a post with a picture of him, and Terry gives me updates. Terry Phillips is looking after that cat until I get to Wales, and I miss little Charlie, even though I've never held him. Terry sends me videos and things like that. So that's one of the charities we sort of will want to help. We'll want to help many others, and we've helped them in a small way. That's why the bigger the membership, the more powerful we become in terms of being able to help one or many different charities, or not. It doesn't even have to be charities. It can be something disastrous happens in the world, and we can band together and help fix that. You know, so it doesn't just have to be charities. But our idea behind, and Sharon Deacon came up with a great idea, because we're going to be making merchandise, shirts and t-shirts and things like that, and hoodies and lots of other things down the track as well. I'm getting onto Vistaprint over here in Australia and setting up, so I know exactly what colours and sizes they do. I'll get that set up, and then I'll make the doc. So hopefully I'll be doing all that tomorrow, so you guys can order. So what we're doing is the profits we make from selling our merchandise of Bitcoin Ascension gear, the profits we make, we buy positions in the matrix with the profits. So it goes back to you guys. You guys get those positions back. Like we'll do promotions and competitions for fun. You know, advertising and other types of ones. I come up with different ones all the time, which are fun. And you guys get those positions back. So everything goes back into Bitcoin Ascension. I don't keep anything for myself at all. 1 in every 50 we buy, we are calling it the Bitcoin Ascension Foundation. So be bought in the matrix, it goes under Foundation. All the money that one will make, that those accounts will make, will be going into a Bitcoin address, and that money will be used to also help causes and charities and things like that. But with 10% of the profits we keep in a pool, we build that up a little bit, and then we approach, this is Sharon's idea, we approach different charities and say, hey, we'd like to buy you a position in the matrix. So it could be, I don't know, you know, Save the Panda, you know, charity or something like that, or abused children, you know, abused spouses and things like that, shelters maybe, and things like that, that look after rape crisis centres and things like that, that need funding so they can look after these people and these animals. We approach them, we tell them what we're doing, they make themselves a Bitcoin address, like an account sort of thing, a Bitcoin wallet, so they have an address, and then we put their information and make them an account. So when it does cycle on level 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6, the money goes straight to them, and then they can use that money for whatever they need to use it for. And we'll be educating them on Bitcoin, on how to transfer it into real cash that they can use for what they need to do. So 10% of that goes to that. So we're out there, if you know charities or anything like that who want to get involved, and then we ask those charities, you know, if they accept that and they go, oh yeah, that's fantastic, thanks for your help. And all we ask in return sort of thing is them for, you know, when they do their newsletters to their members and things like that, just say, hey, you know, Bitcoin Ascension, and we can give them a little bit of info about it. This is what they're doing, you know. It'll create awareness for Bitcoin Ascension. It doesn't mean they have to recruit for us and these people have to join the matrix, the followers, but we want our name being known that we're doing works to actually try and help save the world, which will get our name out there, and more people will be curious about what we do. There's no pressure on us here. The matrix is fully automated anyway, so many people, anyone seriously who's got an internet connection can join, because it's not hard to set these sort of things up, and because it's automated, they don't have to keep going in and things like that. So you know, I think this is something the whole world can do, and that's why I'm excited about making it a foundation. And because you've got 1 million, 2 million people, as I said before, you know, you've got 5 million people, 10 million people joining us over the years, and we make it so, you know, they're in the matrix, which is great. They're making profits for themselves as well, which is very important, because charities, they obviously can't pay people, but also if we do things like, you know, a $1 a month subscription to being in Bitcoin Ascension, when we have, I wouldn't do that until we have a lot of people, and make it a $1 subscription. If I can register as foundation, it's the only way I can legally do it, I believe. You think we have 10 million people in, and it's $1 a month from each person. That's $10 million a month that we can do to change things around the world. And believe me, with that sort of money, because we don't, all our admin are volunteer. They're in the matrix, obviously. They'll be making their money, and they see the dream, and they see the vision of what we're doing, and they're very dedicated for Bitcoin Ascension. They've made it their lives, and so they will succeed, especially because they're just fully focused on what they're doing. As are others who aren't admin, mind you, but you don't have to be admin to be focused. You can be anyone to be focused, but that's what they do. So we don't have these overheads. I don't have to be paid myself either. I don't take money for myself to pay myself. I'm in the matrix just like everyone else. So all that money that we would raise out of that $10 million, guess how much gets spent on the charities? $10 million. That's it. We find different causes. Well, we will have people putting forward different charities and things like that they believe we can help, and then we can have a committee decide which ones we can help, depending on what sort of money we got. I mean, if there's 10 charities at the time and we've got $10 million, $1 million to each, you know, it just depends on the projects they're doing and things like that. But you imagine the difference we can make just by banding everyone together, the difference we can make. And most charities, and it's the smaller ones I'm after, people like World Vision and things like that, they don't really need our help. So they're already getting a lot of help and things like that. But the ones like the sanctuaries and the crisis centres and the shelters and things like that for people and animals alike, who really need that bit of extra help. You think what $1 million could do for them? It'd set them up for ages. They'd be able to expand. They'd be able to help more animals or more people, better care. They'd be able to hire psychologists for people who have gone through rape or physical abuse at home and things like domestic violence and things like that. Orphanages would be able to feed their children and clothe their children better that they have, and educate them better to give them a good start in life. And gradually over time, through those generations of helping animals and children in terms of education and clothing and love, the world becomes a much better place. Okay? So that's our aim. That's what we want to do. If you're new here, that's basically us in a nutshell. I'm the owner, the founder. I don't say the owner. I think we're all an owner, to be honest. I'm the founder of Bitcoin Ascension, so you know who I am. Hello. And I am contactable. Most of the time, I get very busy, as some of you know, but I will always get back to you at some stage with an answer. Yes, no, or maybe, and all. That's worth something worth looking at. But I'm always in a good mood. You know, I rarely get upset about anything because I'm so focused on what I'm doing. So I have the rose-coloured glasses on because I really, really believe that we can make a huge difference, and so that's what we're going to do. So I just know we've had a lot of people coming in over the last few days. My notifications were going ridiculous. So I know lots of people, and all the welcome messages we're getting in the Ascension group, and thank you to all the people that welcome those people in, because they are part of something that's very, very big, and it's a great thing. And I know we're all here to help them understand what we're about. So hopefully this live will do that. Pardon me. The other things I need to talk about. We've got the Tom with the I'm going to have to bump that to the top. Tom said he'll buy 50 positions for himself if 50 people have bought a position, so he can bump it along. He'll wait until you guys have done that before he does that. He'll always come in last and help everyone else go first. So I'll have to find that, and we'll have to see if we've got the 50 yet or not, so I can let him know, and that way I can get Charisse to do all that for him. And the other competition we've got anyone you introduce, like Clive, you've introduced Simon, I believe, going by the post. If Simon has come in and upgraded, make sure Simon's name goes in the comments, Clive. I don't need you to do it, and his position number and stuff like that. And that way, the first 50 new people coming in buying a position will get an earlier position from that have been pre-bought by Tom a little while ago, so they're earlier than what you got now. So it's sort of like a bonus position for you for the first 50 people, and also the 50 people who are already members who brought these people in, you'll be winning an early position too. So I need to find that post and bump it up to the top. So if anyone can find those and just type in a bump in the comments, pumps it up so people can see. So Clive, if you're watching, that's what you need to do if Simon has signed up. And I know other people have been in, lots of people. Elaine is away today. She'll be doing a lot of the, for the other competition winners that we had, those competitions that are over. Elaine is fixing those up. She's already started on the first 50 people from that first competition, and we've got 30 from the 20 for the second competition as well. She'll be fixing all those up. She's right now out watching the Paisley Pirates. That's an ice hockey team, for those of you who don't know, in the playoffs to see if they have become champions or not for this year. Very exciting for her. For those who don't know, Paisley Pirates are now in with Bitcoin Ascension. They have a position with us, and Elaine is talking to all the followers of the Paisley Pirates, all the fans and things like that. But the Paisley Pirates are right behind this. They love the idea of what we're doing, and so we have an ice hockey team, guys. And I'd like to get the money together. I'd like to actually sponsor them and things like that. I think that'd be great. You know, we've got our own ice hockey team, if you know what I mean. That'd be really exciting, I think. And you know, just imagine seeing Bitcoin Ascension patches on the jerseys and all the tracksuits and things like that. I'd like to get a Bitcoin Ascension puck, play around. I think that'd be cool. So, you know, we have an ice hockey team. I don't think I've ever done that or seen that in a program before, where a program has their own ice hockey team so early on. We've only been around just over 4 months, so it's pretty cool. Thank you, Elaine, for that. So she's off seeing them, and I'm sure she'll give us the results of that, whether they're champions or not. But guess what? Whether they win or lose, what are they? They are champions, because they stepped up and they work together and they work hard all year to try and win at the end of the season, of course, like all teams do. But they're still champions because they're actually there doing it. There's no way I could play ice hockey. I can tell you, ever seen me on ice skates? I can do it a little bit, but there's no way I could play ice hockey. So they're very brave people for playing a sport like that. It's pretty full on if you've ever seen it. And so it's great that that they're associated with us and we're associated with them. I think it's fantastic. So it's sort of like two groups we're sort of helping. We're going to be helping the Paisley Pirates, obviously, and they're helping themselves because they're getting involved with Bitcoin Ascension. And of course, New Start Cat Rescue, we sort of adopted them as like they adopt the cats. And I'm a big supporter of them. I can't wait to get to Wales and meet Sam and the others from us New Start, and of course Terry Phillips, naturally. To really look into what they're doing and see what they're doing. And they do it all from their homes, so I'd like to be able to set up something where they have a centre, so they don't have to have the house full of cats, and they could have an actual centre and everything like that. You know, that'd be awesome. I know there's all sorts of, I think they're trying to help the dogs as well. It's another group sort of thing, so I'll be looking into that as well. But of course, everyone knows what my dream is, and Terry Phillips has got the same dream as me. We're going in partnership together to make a pet sanctuary that like the world has never seen. It's going to be absolutely amazing with marketing and the following we have and things like that. It's just going to be absolutely amazing. So very excited all the time. If you don't think I'm excited, it's after 4 a.m. here, and I'm still up, and I'm still happy and bubbly. So for those of you who don't know me, yeah, I'm a crazy as they come, to be honest. Always happy, always excited and pumped about what we're doing with Bitcoin Ascension, and I love it very, very much. I say to the members, I love them all, and I really do, because you're my family, and the things we're doing together, and we're growing steadily. I want more and more people in. The more people we get in, the faster we get in, the more things we can get done to stop people suffering. Remember, every day we delay or procrastinate, someone else is suffering. That doesn't need to suffer. That's my point. They don't need to suffer because there's good people out there who want to make a difference. Let's find those good people and bring them here, get them all together, and let's start making a difference. Yes, we have a matrix as well, which means unlike when you work for a charity and you're doing it for the satisfaction of helping the charity, but you don't make any money yourself, with Bitcoin Ascension, you're doing the same thing as you do with a charity, but you'll be making money as well. And it won't be just a matrix, it'll be other things I'm bringing in. And of course, we're selling the merchandise, so buying the merchandise is a way to get involved as well. And again, you'll be helping, the foundation will be helping charities and groups all over the world with that, and helping ourselves at the same time, which is great. But always put others first and then yourself second, and you will succeed in life no matter what you do. I think I'd rather die a poor man that's helped the world than a rich man that's stepped over a beggar, if you know what I mean. Decide who you want to be, and once you've decided that, then you know your direction in life. Now, if you're more my way of doing things, which is, well, I don't want to die poor either, sort of. Well, I mean, when we die, we don't take it with us. But if you know what I mean, I want to have a comfortable life and a good life, one where I don't have to worry and stress about money and being able to pay for things and eating and a roof over my head. But I want that for the whole world. I don't just want that for me. So, as I said, when it's my time to leave this earth and row through the galaxies and things like that, I want to make sure that I left the world in a much better place than when I came in. And to me, that's very, very important. And I know it is with many of you here, because you all told me the same thing. And it's not just words with us, it's actions that are important. Now, words are all one thing. We can say anything we like, but we have to prove what we're like. And I try and prove that every day, and I know many of you do too. And that's what makes us different from anything else that's going around right now, I think. So bring all your friends in if they want to help heal the world. That's my message. It's not a rocket science. It's not about recruiting and marketing and ads and things like that. It's finding the people we care about, who you know care about other people in the rest of the world, and bringing them here to this group page, say, for example, and then we can make a difference. It's as simple as that. It's not complicated. Don't overcomplicate things that aren't complicated. If they want to know about the matrix and things like that, easy to explain. We've got videos, we've got written material, and of course me, my lives, and things like that that can explain many, many things. This next weekend coming up, I will be doing two calls at different times and dates. Chuck's got it all set up on a website sort of thing. We'll be going to doing a Zoom, so bring all those people that you care about there, or if you're brand new and you want to hear a bit more about what we're doing, do that, and I'll be going through about what Bitcoin Ascension is all about, and why we do what we do, how we're going to do it, and what's going to happen after that. And so it'll be an exciting enough call. I'm not a hypey, buy this used car from me. I'm not that sort of guy. I'm someone who just cares and gives you the facts and the truth as I can. I'm transparent about everything that goes on, because as far as I'm concerned, this is as much yours as it is mine. So I just like to I like to be as involved as much as I can, and as I said, I'm just like you guys. That's all I am. I'm nothing special. Okay, we're either all of us special or none of us are special, and I like to think we're all special in some sort of way. My mother always said I was special. I'm not sure what she meant by that, though. And I'm hoping it meant I was a good person, and not on some sort of spectrum. Which I probably am too, but I don't care. As long as I'm helping people, I don't care what spectrum I'm on. As long as I'm doing good in the world, I'd rather be on the spectrum than not be, if that's the way it is. So, but I laugh at myself more than I laugh at anyone else. It's just sort of like the speech I did last night, the best man speech I did last night for Tom's wedding sort of thing. I poked fun at Tom, like you're supposed to do. It says so. You're supposed to poke fun at people. So I did. I was nice to his wife, which I even said in the speech that it says here I'm supposed to say something nice about the bride, and I sort of paused, and you should have seen the look on her face. She goes, "You better find something nice to say." But I did. I found something very, very nice to say. I think I said along the lines, when she was coming down in the sunlight, the sun was coming off her hair and the dress, and seriously, absolutely gorgeous. The way everything glistened off her, she was an absolutely beautiful bride. And I said to everyone there, we got a glimpse of what Tom sees every day. He sees it naturally. We got a glimpse when we saw her coming down, and how radiant she looked, and happy she looked, and beautiful she was. And that's what Tom sees every day, and that's what love is. They see something that not everyone else sees, and that's when you know that it's true love. You know, I suffer from it myself. Seeing someone, you know, beautiful all the time, no matter what everyone else sees them as, it's not how I see them as, and I can't see them any other way. It's just the way it is. So, and if we can portray that love into the world, we're going to make the world a much better place. So, very exciting stuff. I'll be back again tomorrow. I won't keep you waiting. We'll find those posts and we'll bump them up the top, because quite a few people have come in and I don't think they've been commented on there. So I need to keep track of who's who, see who gets it, gets those early positions. That's the exciting and fun part. We do like to have fun here. And I will talk to you again tomorrow. And remember, you can message me, and we also have a chat room. If you're not in the chat room, you can be added to the chat room. If you're not in the juicing page, we have a juicing page where people help out with the advertising. Even if you're not a recruiter, you can help out with this. It's very, very simple. And everyone should do it, as far as I'm concerned, because if you really, really want to succeed yourself, and help the world at the same time, but if you want to succeed yourself, get involved. Don't sit back and watch others do it. You know, let's all drive it forward and make a difference. The faster we work together, the faster we succeed together, and the faster we heal the world together. All right, guys, I'll talk to you again tomorrow. See you later.